Ladies and gentlemen, this is your economic injury disaster loan update for September 8th, 2020. In this video, I'm going to tell you what an official Small Business Administration contractor just told me in regards to the processing of the economic injury disaster loan. The Small Business Administration has yet to process, as of Friday, a whopping 14.6 million applications for the economic injury disaster loan that it currently has in the queue. The Small Business Administration contractor told me that his team is working 7 days a week, 10 hours a day, ladies and gentlemen. So they are working nonstop in order to try to get these applications processed as soon as possible. That said, do not use the wrong bank account information when applying for the economic injury disaster loan. This is by far the most widespread complaint that I get from people. People use the wrong bank account information and then they are stuck in processing for their application of the economic injury disaster loan. It takes roughly 2 months for the Small Business Administration to receive the funds that a bank rejected or that they couldn't send to any account because applicants did not provide a valid banking account number, then to reprocess the loan, then to send it back. People are just stuck for months waiting in order to receive the funds for the economic injury disaster loan. So use the correct banking information. If you have an S Corp, you have an LLC, you have a C Corp, use a business bank account. Ideally, using a bank that has a brick and mortar presence. I have said it numerous times on previous videos that the Small Business Administration told me that people are encountering a number of issues when trying to use applications such as Cash App, NetSpend, all these fintech organizations to try to apply for the economic injury disaster loan. The fintechs or the applications fraud indicators trigger red flags and then they reject the funds because it's over $10,000 or there wasn't any previous business activity performed in the account, and then people are just stuck and they can't receive the funds for the economic injury disaster loan. So ideally, as I said, use a business bank account with a brick and mortar presence. If you are a veteran, only if you are a veteran. If you use a business bank account, if you apply for a business bank account through JP Morgan Chase, all the fees associated with the account are free. You get free checks, you get free cashier's checks, you get free money orders, etc. Nonetheless, again, I just keep saying it because I still get this complaint. My bank rejected my funds because there wasn't previous business activity with the account, or it's an account that is not under the same name as my business. If you're an independent contractor, you should ensure that the funds go to an account that is under the name that you use to apply for the economic injury disaster loans. It takes 2 months. You do not want to go through that process, ladies and gentlemen. Now, a number of people are still applying for the economic injury disaster loan, attesting that they have 10 employees when they clearly do not, in order to try to receive the economic injury disaster loan grant. This contractor emphasized to me that the grant program is over as of right now. And it will be over until, ideally, the U.S. Senate Committee on Small Business Entrepreneurship packages the S.4227 bill that ensures the disbursement of the full $10,000 economic injury disaster loan to all legitimate small business applicants, or through another measure, they provide funding in order to ensure that all businesses receive the full economic injury disaster loan grant of $10,000, or as per the HEROES bill that is calling for $10 billion just to open the program up in the same way that they were disbursing the funds last time, perhaps at $1,000 per employee again. But as of right now, the program is over, so there's no need for you to lie on the application. And don't do it because, as pursuant to other videos that I've uploaded on this channel, the Small Business Administration Office of Inspector General found that the Small Business Administration disbursed thousands of fraudulent economic injury disaster loan and grants, ladies and gentlemen, worth hundreds of millions of dollars. And the Small Business Administration has gotten a lot better. They've updated all their systems to identify fraudulent applications and then go ahead and weed them out. So that said, if for some reason you know of other people that have received their funding a lot quicker than you, perhaps they applied and they got lucky and they received the funding within 2 weeks, within a month's time or whatever, and you're still waiting, it does not mean that you have to receive the funding in the same amount of time. I always get people posting their different experiences online. Like I say something that the Small Business Administration is telling me, for instance, in regards to the credit, they have to have at least a 570 credit score as per the Vantage scoring model. And people are like, no, I have less than 570 according to Experian or wherever else. Or they don't, or for some reason they just do. They just claim that they have less than 570 and they still get approved for it. Everybody's situation is different, ladies and gentlemen. So, and these findings from the OIG's office is what's caused for the process to be a lot slower for many people, because for some reason your application triggers a red flag and then that slowed the process up considerably, ladies and gentlemen. That said, when you are calling the Small Business Administration in order to inquire about your application, this person takes phone calls from people that actually call the contractor to inquire about their application for the economic injury disaster loan. Try to do it from a place where you can be private, in your office, in a room where no one else is there. Don't blare any music in the background. Avoid having any kids making any noise in the back, because this is what a number of contractors and people that are receiving calls of Small Business Administration is stating, that people call and they got all kinds of noise going. They're dealing with other issues. They're dealing with kids that are running around, etc. And then they don't fully listen and get to understand exactly what the Small Business Administration employee is telling that person. And that causes delays in the phone call. And then other people are trying to get on the line to inquire about their application for the economic injury disaster loan, and the wait times just get extended. So please ensure that you are in a place of privacy. Take notes if you need to, and just try to take in as much information that the Small Business Administration employee is giving you, so you can have an understanding as to the status of your application for the economic injury disaster loan. When you're filing for reconsideration or you are sending any information to the Small Business Administration, try to avoid sending a full essay. Like people they say that they fully rant and they add all these points of information that have nothing to do, that are relevant to the application. Just go ahead, bullet by bullet. Just go ahead and list it out. 1, I applied on this date. 2, this is my application number, etc., etc. Just bullet by bullet. Just stick to the facts and relay any information you have to relay out to the Small Business Administration in order to make your processing or reconsideration for the economic injury disaster loan as smooth as possible. If a loan officer requests documentation from you, get it back to them as quickly as you can. A number of people, they take their sweet time and the loan officer starts working on other projects, and then there's a delay, and then you suffer more of a delay in receiving a response from the Small Business Administration for the economic injury disaster loan, and ultimately the disbursement. And do not lie, regardless of what. Again, they've considerably updated all of their systems to find inconsistencies, and you want to ensure that everything is consistent, that you are saying the truth when applying for this package, for this program. Just ensure you do not lie, because they've gotten really good and you can face potential negative consequences, jail time. You don't want to get involved with any of that for a few $1,000s, ladies and gentlemen. So subscribe to this channel if you haven't done so. I'll go ahead and update you in regards to more information I get directly from people who work with the Small Business Administration, and more news again on the economic injury disaster loan grant, on the proposals and the measures in regards to that program, more stimulus coverage. Let me know what you think. Drop your comments in the comment section below. Watch this video right here for more EIDL, stimulus, enhanced unemployment payment coverage. Click the like button if you like the video. Click the subscribe button to stay on top of my findings. I will mobilize like no one else will, and stop at nothing until each and every one of you is funded with the monetary ammunition you need to save this country, save your families, feed your families, keep your employees on payroll, save your businesses, and save this country, ladies and gentlemen. May God bless you. May God bless the United States of America and everybody else on this planet. Have a happy week. Talk soon.